Good morning. It is Wednesday, February 21st. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, Dr. Greg and Lisa Popcak explain what it means to parent with grace. But first, your local weather and this news. A lawsuit filed by the Michigan Republican Party to remove Chairwoman Christina Karamo will be allowed to move forward. A judge in Kent County rejected Karamo's motion to dismiss the case. The next step is hearings on the lawsuit to formally remove her from the leadership role. The Republican National Committee has formally recognized former U.S. Representative Pete Hoekstra as the new chairman. Karamo refused to step down and has continued to hold meetings and spend money. The judge sided with the Republican Party, who says Karamo is violating the organization's bylaws. The Supreme Court is allowing sanctions against lawyers who abuse the court system with frivolous challenges to the 2020 election in Michigan. The court rejected an appeal from Sidney Powell, Lynn Wood, and 5 other lawyers without stating a reason for the rejection. The lawyers argued the sanctions will cause fewer legitimate election challenges in the future. The lawyers were ordered to pay over $132,000 to the city of Detroit and over $19,000 to the state of Michigan. Turning to a tragic story in Detroit now, where police say an 11-year-old girl was shot in the head while sleeping in her home early yesterday morning. Detroit's Assistant Police Chief Charles Fitzgerald says nothing about this tragedy makes sense.
We got an uncle inside who doesn't quite know the name of his niece. We got a father that finally showed up at the hospital. Right now, this young girl is critical. She'll be getting ready to get up pretty soon to go to school. And she's shot in the head.
The house was hit by 23 shots around 4 a.m. while many people were inside. It appears that at least 2 people opened fire outside the home, which was also targeted by gunmen back in December. To Genesee County now, where a Flint man has been charged with multiple felonies, including a violation of the state's new safe storage law and child abuse, after his toddler shot herself in the face. Investigators have found several unsecured weapons in his home, and the child at the time of this recording remains in critical condition. Congressman Dan Kildee will become the new president and CEO of the Community Foundation of Greater Flint in 2025. He's retiring as a lawmaker at the end of this term. The foundation manages the assets of nearly 500 charitable funds and invests in grants. To West Michigan now, $50 million is being donated by the DeVos Family Foundation to support the expansion of pediatric care in the Grand Rapids area. Corewell Health's Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital, and Pine Rest Christian Mental Health Services will receive the money. The Children's Hospital will receive $40 million to expand the pediatric intensive care unit by 14 beds and support the blended medical psychiatric unit that will open this spring. The Joan Setcha Children's Rehabilitation Hospital, created by DeVos Children's and Mary Free Bed Hospitals, will open in 2026 and receive $5 million. And in our dumb criminal beat, investigators say the man accused of robbing 3 Detroit-area banks in December and January posted pictures on social media that helped identify him. Glenn Pack posted photos of large bills, and in one photo was wearing the same clothes that he wore to rob a bank. Police also released the photos of 3 notes Packers gave to tellers while robbing the banks. Pack was given a total of $10,000 in the robberies, and now faces a long prison sentence if convicted. You're tuned in to Michigan Mornings on Ave Maria Radio and streaming anywhere you go with the free Ave Maria Radio app, keeping you connected to your local church and the community. Your local weather is coming up next. Now this.
This is Franciscan Father Greg Friedman for the Catholic Communication Campaign with a message about faithful citizenship. When a pastor preaches on social justice, he may hear, "Why are you talking politics in church?" Well, the simple answer, it's what Jesus did. How we treat each other is more than politics. It's an essential part of Christ's teaching. His words and actions weren't always popular, but they guide our Catholic conscience. The dignity of all human life is our priority because that's what Jesus taught. For more, go to faithfulcitizenship.org.
Today in Detroit, it will be mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming partly cloudy. Then there's a chance of sprinkles as well, highs in the mid-50s. Tonight, not as cool and mostly cloudy with a chance of showers, lows in the lower 40s. Tomorrow, showers are likely with highs in the upper 40s. Friday will be partly cloudy with highs in the lower 40s. Saturday will be cooler, partly cloudy, and then clearing with highs in the mid-30s. Today in Saginaw, it will be cloudy this morning, then becoming partly cloudy later on. There's a chance of sprinkles in the forecast with highs in the mid-50s. Tonight it will be cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight, lows in the upper 30s. Tomorrow will be cloudy with a chance of showers and highs in the upper 40s. Friday will be cooler and partly cloudy, highs in the mid-30s. And Saturday will be partly cloudy in the morning, then clear, with highs in the lower 30s. Being a parent is a very fulfilling vocation, but it can be very difficult at times. Dr. Greg and Lisa Popcak share more on parenting with grace.
I think that we all know that parenting is the toughest thing we can do, and then we add the fact that we want to be faithful parents, Christian parents, Catholic parents. And boy, that just comes with so much more stuff, doesn't it? It comes with helping them understand their faith, helping them understand how living a Catholic or Christian life is different than how everybody else in the world is living, especially these days. Helping them really have a real relationship with God, a personal relationship with Him. That's a lot to add on to making sure they eat their food and making sure that they don't beat each other up and making sure they're respectful to you and making sure they get to school on time and get their homework done and do basic personal hygiene. Parenting is a lot. And so every parent needs a little help and a lot of grace every single day.
And the theology of the body affirms that being a good parent, building a loving, faithful household and raising godly kids is the most important ministry that we can do if we're married and have kids, especially. The future of the church and society depend on us doing our job well. The good news, we don't parent alone. Our children belong to God first, and God wants to parent right alongside of us, helping us overcome all the obstacles that we might find in our way. That's why every day we need to lead our families in prayer, asking God to teach us how to be the family He wants us to be. And then throughout the day, we need to keep bringing our parenting to God, asking Him to help us be the moms and dads He's calling us to be, and show us how to bring out the best in our kids and lead them to Him. Rooting our parenting life in humility and prayer so that God can teach us how to create a more loving, connected, and caring Catholic home is the key to fulfilling our mission as Catholic parents.
Listen to More to Life with Dr. Greg and Lisa Popcak weekdays at 10 a.m. on Ave Maria Radio. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. You can connect with me on X at Radio Handley and stay connected with Ave Maria Radio as well. Lord willing, I will be back tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.